Good morning and Merry Christmas. Welcome to Cross Lutheran Church in Burlington, Wisconsin. We're glad to have you with us this morning. My name is Pastor John Brink. I'm the senior pastor here at Cross, and I'm really excited about today. It's been a long week. It's been a long season, but here we are. It's Christmas Day, and I'm really glad to have you with us this morning. Let's begin with a reading from the Gospel of John. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things came into being through him, and without him not one thing came into being. What has come into being in him was life, and the life was the light of all people. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to testify to the light so that all might believe through him. He himself was not the light, but he came to testify to the light. The true light, which enlightens everyone, was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world came into being through him, yet the world did not know him. He came to what was his own, and his own people did not accept him. But to all who received him, who believed in his name, he gave power to become children of God, who were born not of blood, or of the will of the flesh, or of the will of man, but of God. And the Word became flesh and lived among us, and we have seen his glory, the glory as of a Father's only Son, full of grace and truth. I invite you to pray with me. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable in your sight, O Lord our God, our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. So the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. It's the most wonderful line of Christmas. For me, it outshines anything else in the Christmas story. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And today is no different than any other Christmas day that we've celebrated. I want you to notice that. There's nothing that's changed. There's nothing that was taken away. Yes, this Christmas season, this Advent season was very much different than we were used to. We haven't been able to join together here as a congregation. You haven't been able to go to those Christmas parties, the business Christmas parties, the family Christmas parties, all the big gatherings. None of that's been able to happen. Even our shopping has changed this year. So much more online shopping and curbside shopping, and we haven't been able to do all the things we're used to doing. Last night was no different. Last night we didn't gather here for a candlelight service. We didn't get together and sing Silent Night as one big mass of people here holding our candles high. It was different. But I hope when you woke up this morning you noticed one thing. It's still Christmas. It's still Christmas. Nothing that has changed this year can take away Christmas. Christmas is here. Christmas is with us. Christmas is among us. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And it wasn't a one-time deal where Jesus was born, Jesus lived, Jesus died, and Jesus rose again, and Jesus ascended. Yeah, that's all happened in the past, but Jesus dwells among us all the time. Jesus is reborn every day when we remember our baptism. Jesus is reborn in us every day and dwells in us every day. That's good news. This Christmas day is different. It may be sad in a lot of ways. You may be missing family that you're used to spending Christmas Day with. You may be missing some of those things you've done before that you always thought were so important. But remember, this morning you woke up. And it's still Christmas Day. It's still the day we celebrate the birth of Christ. It's still a day that we rejoice. It's just different. So as you go on about your day today, whether you opened presents last night or this morning or later today, whether you have a small gathering or whether you eat alone, let that joy fill you. Let that joy be around you all day long. Let that joy remind you that this is Christmas Day. This is the day we celebrate. This is the day that no one can take away from us. It's been through wars, it's been through famines, it's been through a pandemic now, and it's still with us. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And that's always true, and that cannot be taken away from us. Amen.